Now, the last thing on the Seder table I want to talk about today is the matzah, or unleavened bread. Obviously, matzah is central not only to Passover, but the whole following week of the feast that it's named for. And just like the Passover lamb and the bitter herbs, it's the third part of the commanded Passover meal, as it says in Exodus 12:8. Eat the Passover with matzah. Now, I could do a whole teaching on matzah, like how Judaism says kosher-for-Passover matzah can only contain flour and water. That's why it tastes so bland. Or how the whole batch has to be cooked within 18 minutes, or it will spontaneously leaven. There's lots of fun stuff to talk about with regard to matzah, but right now I want to focus on just one aspect of it, which is how Judaism uses an alleged technicality to justify what I believe is a violation of Scripture. So the Torah commanding leaven during Passover and the Feast of Matzah couldn't be clearer. Exodus 12:15 says, 7 days you will eat only matzot. On the first day, remove leaven from your houses. For anyone eating anything leavened from the first day until the seventh day, even that person must be cut off from Israel. So very explicitly, the scriptures say that we may not eat anything leavened. That is, any food that's been leavened, typically with yeast. That's basically why matzah is flat and leavened bread is big and fluffy. The fermentation process from leaven causes the dough to rise and expand. And this is what completely blows my mind, because I can't for the life of me figure out how any observant Jew could come up with this and think it's okay. I'm talking about kosher-for-Passover cake mixes. I mean, this stuff has been rabbinically certified as okay to eat during Passover. Let's take a look at the ingredients for the Manischewitz Extra Moist Chocolate Cake Mix with frosting. It's got sugar, cake meal, which it says is ground matzah made from Passover wheat flour and water. So the main part of the mix is actually matzah. It's totally unleavened flour. Then there's palm oil, cocoa powder, potato starch, modified tapioca starch, salt, and sodium bicarbonate. That's baking soda, ladies and gentlemen. Baking soda is a leavening agent that chemically causes exactly what yeast naturally does. When you bake it in a cake mix like this one, it produces carbon dioxide bubbles in the unleavened flour, causing it to rise and expand, making the, quote, kosher-for-Passover cake leavened. Now, even if I were to accept the idea that chemical leaveners technically aren't leaven, look at what you get as a result. That's not matzah. That's clearly a bread product that has risen due to the leavening process. If that's not a violation of the letter of the law, it's certainly a violation of the spirit of the law, and may very well make that person worthy of being cut off from Israel. Believe me, there are a lot less dangerous ways to have a delicious unleavened dessert for Passover. Why risk it on a technicality?